think has changed from year one to year two as these guys get accustomed to your scheme and stuff?
Well, it's always the second year in the program, right? Guys start to get comfortable and just understanding everything we're trying to get done. We got guys that got bigger, stronger, and faster. And that's a cliche, right? Everybody says it. But I think our strength staff did a really good job. And our guys just understand what the standard is. And those guys are looking forward to coming out this season and playing better.
One of the guys that got bigger, I think Kevin Jobity gained 23 pounds.
Yes.
A lot of times you see that from a younger guy. He's an older guy. Was that a conversation you guys had that, hey, I need you to get, bigger?
Yeah, when we got here, he was about 260 pounds. We thought he's the guy that best suited us on the inside. And he knew he had to get bigger and stronger to be able to play that position. And again, he took advantage of the opportunity this offseason. He got bigger, and I think Joey's working extremely hard, so I'm excited to watch him this season.
You inherited a defense where, like, the sizes didn't necessarily match maybe what you would want. How big a challenge was that last year, and how much closer are you to maybe where you want to be?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we can't make excuses. When we got here, there was our guys, and we had to play with the guys we had. I'm extremely thankful for the guys that stay here. So again, like I said, we wanted guys to fit what we do well. Those guys bust their butt for us last season. And again, at times it wasn't what we wanted. We got back this offseason. We said we got to get better. We got to tackle better, fundamentals better, and those are things that we got to lock in on. And they play with great effort and they play physical, we'll be fine.
Coach, how have you used the 4th and 1 and 4th and 9 as a motivational play for these guys this year?
It's not truly motivation, it's reminders. Let them know that every play counts. We don't know when our 4th and 1 and 4th and 9 is going to show back up. So we got to be extremely understanding that every play counts. You don't know when that opportunity is going to come back up. And the small details of things, understanding where you should be with your leverage, where's your help, all those things matter. And I think as you go into year 2, we should see improvement with those things.
We've had some familiar faces around, Dwight Freeney and Dyshawn added to the staff, and Keith Bullock. It's like having some pro guys around and some familiar faces helping out the defense.
I think it's important for our guys to understand the S and the pass of the S and what those guys done. They were great players, they're great people. We opened them with welcome arms, and I'm glad they're coming in here. They're doing a tremendous job talking to our guys about what it means to be a man, what it means to represent the S. And our guys need to understand the history of the S in order to continue to move forward.
You got a guy on the D-line like Tank, and a couple of young guys. Like, how do you mixture that in? Like, how have you seen him step into that role of being a leader?
Yeah, Tank, when he walked in the door, he became a leader. The way he handles himself, the way he's a pro off the field, there's all the small little things he does, and he helps the young guys. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who plays the best. Whoever plays the best is going to be the guys that are going to be on the field.
After a full season of kind of, watching the tape and taking in last year, what were the biggest things that stuck out to you in terms of wanting to clean up on the defense this year?
We had to tackle. We got to tackle, we got to take the ball away. It's as simple as that. Tackle, take the ball away, communicate with each other. Those are things we got to get done.
What have Gary Bryant and Chris Peel brought to this defense?
Maturity. There's great maturity to the defense. Those guys show up, they work every day. They do what we ask them to do, and we're excited to have those guys, really are.
How much did you know about those guys before they got here?
Well, you go back to recruiting, right? You recruit guys, you know about these guys from way longer when it was high school guys. So I once recruited the DMV, so I knew Gary from there. I recruited at high school. Obviously, Coach Fran was a worldwide recruiter. He had a relationship already there. So, again, once you have relationships, it's about relationships at the end of the day. When it comes to the portal, when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to guys staying or leaving. So again, excited to have those guys come to the addition to our defense.
What do you remember about Gary and recruiting him initially out of high school? Because he obviously sort of slipped through the cracks for whatever reason.
Really mature kid, really good football player. At times out of high school, that we all look for these measurables and things that way. And then, guys go places, they play, they develop, and become a really good player. Like I said, I'm excited to have him. He's always been a really good player and a great student as well.
You talk about some of the new guys, but what are some of the guys like Devin and Deuce having that continuity in the secondary? How have they kind of helped steady this defense?
Again, if you go back and you look at the tape, those guys made plays. Those guys may have takeaways. Those guys did some good things for us. So to be able to get that presence back on our defense, guys has been around to get their second year under their belt. I'm excited to have those guys.
How important has it been to have that new Lai Complex and doing your job and making the guys on the staff easier doing their job? Yeah.
I'm just grateful for Lally and what he does for this program and the way that he reaches out to us as a staff and asks us what we need to continue to be better and be competitive in this conference and all of college football. So they give us the opportunity to, again, be able to go out and recruit, which is a really, really important thing there, right? But just the friendship and the way they have open arms for us. We're trying to do everything possible to make him be proud of his alma mater.
What have you seen from Demetrius Samuel so far this camp?
He's busting his butt. He's working hard every day, and he's not walking around as that 5-star recruit. He's just trying to get better. That's what we love about him.
As someone who's known Coach Fran for a long time, how have you seen him really develop from year 1 to year 2 as a head coach?
Coach Fran's his biggest critic, and he's always looking to get better. And he's the first person that's going to point the finger at him, even when it's my fault on things, you know. That's just who he is. He's going to look to get better. He's going to force us to get better. And like I said, every day, we have to get a chance to sit down and ask each other questions. How can we improve?
It looks like Terron got switched to defense. Am I right? And from your perspective, sort of what went into that?
Just like I said, I think this year out of high school, again, goes back to recruiting out of high school. I think a few of the schools recruited him, thought he had a chance to be a really good defensive back. But he also had good tape as a receiver. So like I said, we make adjustments on things that we think can help the players. And we think he can come over and help us and still have a chance to be successful. So we did what we thought was best for us.
How does having an experienced guy like David Reese kind of make life easier on you guys as coaches, knowing you got a veteran that can show the young guys the way in that room?
Yeah, just his maturity. And the way he showed up here, he's been through the fire, he's played in games, but again, he's mature the way he handles himself off the field. He's another guy that can talk to our young guys about the way to handle himself. So we're excited to have him.
Tank was saying the other day, Coach, that Coach Fran asked him not to be a leader, but the leader on that defense. What makes him the leader of the defense?
His actions and the way he goes about his business every day. So he shows it, he does it, he doesn't just demand people do it. They see him doing it. You know, he shows up, he's a pro. He handles his business, so he's a guy that you would love to have on every team every year.
You've used that word maturity a lot. Why is that so important to your defense?
Well, I want to be like, you tell me in life, right? The older we get, the more we learn. We try to not make the same mistakes as we continue to grow. So having older guys around, right? Having those guys to be here to help lead the young guys, teach them how to handle their business every day. But also, they've been through things. So as we move forward, we hope we learn from our mistakes, learn from others' mistakes. But also, you just got that veteran niche about you. You know, kind of have a sixth sense about what to expect as you go into things.
Coach, I just spoke with George Rooks. Just what it means to you to have legacy guys here and to see someone whose family has come through Syracuse, somebody who's played on the football team, to see their child here now as well.
Yeah, that family bleeds orange. And again, talking goes back to high school, so I'm recruiting, right? That family bleeds orange. Remember him coming out of high school and what type of player he was. We had an opportunity for him to come here, and he had interest. I tell you what, we're excited to have him. It goes back to that same word you keep asking about, maturity. Handles his business, shows up there every day to work, and works his butt off. You know, so I'm excited that Rooks joined our room.
You have to replace a lot of pass rush from last year with Fidel in particular. Who do you expect to see be sort of the leaders in terms of replacing
the next man up? You know, it's about this pass rush. It doesn't just come from the defensive line. You know, pass rush can come from anywhere. It can come from the second level, the third level. It can come from coverage. You know, so like I said, we have some additions to our room, so we expect those guys to come here and do things extremely well for us.
Coach, is there an unheralded person on the team, whether on the field or in the weight room, that's impressed you so far earlier in the summer?
Coach Hicks, the way he shows up every day, working out in that weight room every day. So I say Coach Hicks. Coach Hicks trains us, he works out himself, and he stretches himself. He has about 5 jobs in one.
Coach, what's been your perspective of the quarterback competition from the guy who's trying to get at those quarterbacks?
I think both of those guys are extremely talented. Again, talking about this word being a pro, both of those guys show up every day. They compete. I think they're both great leaders. And I'm excited to continue to watch the competition.
Take 2 more for Coach.
Coach, sorry if anyone asked this already, but just what have you seen from Gary Bryant so far, and how's he kind of impressed you in his time here?
He's a really good job communicating. He communicates well. Again, he shows up and does the work. He's not demanding people do things, right? He's doing it himself, and people are starting to follow. He's a true leader.
How important is he to kind of what you see this defense being this season?
Man, I think he's, again, having a veteran like him that has success, I think he's really important for us, just from the communication part of it, things, and his physicality. I'm excited for him.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank you.